In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on June 6, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Los Angeles Dodgers versus St. Louis Cardinals. It's time for some Friday night baseball as we head to the Diamond in the Gateway City. A pair of National League rivals are set to open up a 3-game series, with the Los Angeles Dodgers traveling to face the St. Louis Cardinals. This matchup is sure to draw interest from those following game outcomes. The Los Angeles Dodgers have found it somewhat challenging to consistently cover the run line this season. Overall, they've managed to cover in just 47.6% of their games. Their performance as the away team has been even less impressive, covering in only 44.4% of those contests. A particularly concerning trend for bettors, considering the Dodgers as their 6-12 record against the run line when playing as away favorites. Conversely, the St. Louis Cardinals have shown a strong ability to perform well as home underdogs, successfully covering the run line in a remarkable 80% of such games. They've also been proficient against the run line as underdogs overall, covering in 70% of those situations. Looking at more recent trends, the Cardinals have demonstrated a tendency to bounce back effectively after a loss, covering the run line in 59.3% of the games immediately following a defeat. Given these statistical trends, the Cardinals appear to hold an edge against the run line in this specific matchup. Frankly, I just haven't been overly impressed with what I've seen in the limited action from Jackson Robalski, who is currently filling a spot in a Dodgers pitching rotation that seems to be held together by duct tape and hope at the moment due to injuries. This particular game feels like it presents the St. Louis Cardinals with their best opportunity to secure a win in this series, especially with their ace, Sonny Gray, scheduled to be on the mound. Despite some inconsistencies that have plagued them at times recently, the Cardinals have still managed to be a solid and competitive home team. As our first pick for this matchup, the St. Louis Cardinals money line is our full game side pick. When it comes to game totals, the Los Angeles Dodgers have seen the over hit in 55.6% of their games played this season. That trend has been even more pronounced recently, with 60% of their last 10 games going over the projected total. The St. Louis Cardinals, meanwhile, have also been involved in higher scoring affairs, with the over cashing in 57.7% of their games throughout the season, including 3 of their last 5 contests. Both of these teams possess potent offenses capable of putting up big numbers. The Dodgers rank an impressive second in the league in terms of runs scored, showcasing their offensive firepower. The Cardinals, for their part, have been averaging a respectable 4.3 runs per game. Additionally, the Dodgers bullpen has experienced some struggles, which could lead to more runs being scored late in games. The Cardinals' own recent high-scoring games further suggest that this contest has a strong potential to be a high-scoring affair. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Mets versus Colorado Rockies. When the New York Mets, currently sporting a 39-24 record, and the Colorado Rockies, struggling at 12-50, last crossed paths over the weekend, it was a one-sided affair. The Mets completely dominated, sweeping the Rockies in a 3-game series that took place at Citi Field, leaving no doubt as to which team was superior. This upcoming series offers a new setting but similar expectations for those following game outcomes. The New York Mets have been in fine form recently, chalking up victories in 9 of their last 12 games. This successful run has propelled them to the top of the National League East standings as of Friday night, while their record away from the friendly confines of Citi Field is a more modest 15-16. They have some good news heading into this particular contest. They're facing a very favorable matchup against Colorado's starting pitcher, Antonio Senzatela. Opposing hitters have been teeing off on Senzatela so far this season, batting a whopping .377 against him with an astronomical .995 OPS. His earned run average sits at a very concerning 7.14, painting a clear picture of his struggles on the mound. New York has already experienced success against him this year. Back on May 31st, they tagged the 30-year-old right-hander for a hefty 7 runs on 8 hits in just 4 innings of work. Given that recent history and Senzatela's ongoing difficulties, you should fully expect New York to find plenty of success at the plate in this game. On the other side of the diamond, the Colorado Rockies are actually coming off their first series sweep of the entire season, which is a small bright spot for them. They managed to take all 3 games from the Miami Marlins, winning by scores of 6-4, 3-2, and 3-2 in Miami earlier this week. However, despite that recent positive, a long and arduous season still stretches ahead for the team in Denver. Colorado remains on pace for what could be a historically tough campaign, and securing victories when Antonio Senzatela is on the mound has proven to be an exceptionally difficult task. The Rockies have managed to win just 2 of the 12 games that he has started this season, a grim statistic that highlights their struggles when he pitches. As mentioned, these 2 teams met just last week in New York, and the Mets were able to prevail by multiple runs in all 3 of those games. With all these factors in mind, the expectation is that the Mets will once again take care of business and secure a comfortable win in this contest. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Mets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Despite Coors Field's well-earned reputation as a hitter's paradise, a place where runs often come in bunches, taking the under on a total of 10.5 runs actually seems like a reasonable play in this specific matchup. The New York Mets boast the best team earned run average in all of baseball, a testament to their outstanding pitching staff. The elite form of their ace, Kodai Senga, should play a significant role in suppressing the Colorado Rockies' already anemic offense, which has struggled to score runs consistently all year. Meanwhile, while the Rockies' pitching staff is admittedly poor overall, the Mets lineup, though certainly powerful and capable, is perhaps not quite as explosively potent as some of the other top offensive teams in the league. Adding another layer to this consideration, Colorado's bullpen has actually been performing quite well over their last 11 games, which could help keep the score down in the later innings. Both teams have also shown tendencies toward lower scoring games in their recent head-to-head matchups, with only one of their last 4 meetings actually exceeding a total of 10 runs. With Kodai Senga's well-documented ability to limit damage on the mound and the Mets' strong bullpen effectively shutting down opponents in the late innings, you should expect a game that ultimately stays under the projected total. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Seattle Mariners versus Los Angeles Angels. The Seattle Mariners are set to clash with the Los Angeles Angels, and both squads are desperately looking to turn things around after hitting some rough patches recently. The Mariners currently sit with a record of 32-29, but with only 3 victories in their last 10 games, they've seen themselves slip into second place in the American League West Division. The Angels, meanwhile, hold a 28-33 record, and their own struggles, also managing just 3 wins in their last 10 contests, have them holding the second worst record within the division. This game is crucial for both teams as they try to build some positive momentum. The Seattle Mariners, despite their recent stumbles, are still in the midst of what many would consider a great season overall. They'll be looking to rebound from this rough stretch and assert their dominance in this game, especially playing on their home turf. The expectation is that the Mariners should be able to consistently drive in runs. Lineup stalwarts like Cal Raleigh and J.P. Crawford, along with the rest of their batting order, are capable of making solid contact and putting together strong, professional plate appearances that lead to scoring opportunities. On the defensive side, the Mariners should be well positioned to limit the Angels' offense, a unit that averages a somewhat modest 4.18 runs per game. A key part of that defensive effort will be starting pitcher Bryce Miller, who is anticipated to pitch multiple scoreless innings, effectively shutting down the Angels and allowing the bullpen to come in and close out the game with a lead. As our first pick for this matchup, the Seattle Mariners money line is our full game side pick. Conversely, there's an argument to be made that the Los Angeles Angels should be able to constantly put base runners on and score against the Mariners starter, Bryce Miller. Miller's season numbers show he has allowed 26 runs in 43.2 innings pitched, which could open the door for the Angels hitters. Players like Yoan Moncada and Zach Neto, along with the rest of the Angels batting order, will be looking to make consistent contact and string together quality plate appearances to generate offense. The Mariners' offense, which averages 4.43 runs per game, should also find plenty of opportunities to run up the score against the Angels starting pitcher Kyle Hendricks. Hendricks has had his own struggles this season, having surrendered 35 runs in 59 innings pitched. Seattle's hitters, including Cal Raleigh, J.P. Crawford, and Julio Rodriguez, along with the rest of their potent lineup, will likely be swinging for the fences, looking to crush pitches and easily circle the bases. It's clear that both starting pitchers have had their share of struggles this season, and because of that, I'm anticipating that this ballgame ballgame will be a high-scoring affair right from the very first pitch. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Baltimore Orioles versus Athletics. The Baltimore Orioles are hitting the road for a matchup against the Athletics, with the game set to take place at Sutter Health Park. This contest offers an opportunity for both teams to make a statement, and it will be interesting to see how things unfold for those following game outcomes. Dean Kremer is the pitcher expected to take the mound for the visiting Baltimore Orioles in this one. Looking at his performance over the course of the season, he currently holds a record of 5 wins and 5 losses through 12 starts. His earned run average sits at 4.7, and he has a WHIP of 1.39. Kremer has managed a strikeout to walk ratio of 51 strikeouts to 18 walks, and opposing hitters have been making pretty solid contact against him, batting .278 on the year. Unfortunately for Baltimore, their pitching staff as a whole has really been a disaster throughout this season, struggling to consistently keep opponents off the scoreboard. Given these team-wide pitching woes and Kremer's individual numbers, it's anticipated that he will find it challenging to pitch effectively in what is known to be a very hitter-friendly ballpark. The expectation is that the Athletics lineup will be able to hit Kremer well in this particular contest. As our first pick for this matchup, the Athletics money line is our full game side pick. To reiterate, Dean Kremer is slated to be the starting pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles. His season statistics show a 5-5 record across 12 starts, with an earned run average of 4.7 and a WHIP of 1.39. He's compiled a 51-18 strikeout to walk ratio, and opponents have managed a .278 batting average against him. As mentioned, Baltimore's pitching has been a significant area of concern and has largely been a disaster for them this season. It's highly probable that Kremer will struggle in this outing, especially considering he'll be pitching in a ballpark that is notoriously favorable for hitters. The Athletic starter, J.P. Sears, has also experienced some struggles recently, which could lead to more offensive opportunities. Taking all this into account, it seems likely that both offenses will find ways to thrive and put runs on the board in this contest. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Atlanta Braves versus San Francisco Giants. It's Friday night, and that means we're settling in for the opening game of a 3-game National League Series. We find ourselves on the picturesque bay in Northern California as the Atlanta Braves, holding a 27-33 record and sitting 4th in the National League East, are set to take on the San Francisco Giants, who are 34-28 and 3rd in the National League West. Atlanta is looking to bounce back after a tough 2-1 loss to the Arizona Diamondbacks on Wednesday night. The San Francisco Giants have hit a bit of a rough patch recently, having lost 6 of their last 9 games. Despite these losses, the Giants have generally performed well on the mound this season. San Francisco finds itself in the top 10 across 4 different pitching categories, which is a testament to their staff's effectiveness. However, their offense has not been able to consistently produce at the plate. The Giants currently rank 24th in slugging percentage and 25th in batting average, indicating a clear struggle to generate impactful hits. For Atlanta, their starting pitcher, Spencer Schwellenbach, has strung together 2 consecutive strong outings, allowing a total of just 12 hits and 2 runs over his last 13.1 innings pitched. The Braves have found success when Schwellenbach takes the mound, winning 4 of the last 5 starts he has made. The right-hander also boasts an impressive 1.03 WHIP, which ranks him 18th in that category. On the other side, San Francisco starter Hayden Birdsong is coming off a solid outing where he allowed 5 hits and 1 run in 5.1 innings against the Miami Marlins. However, before that, he had a tougher time against the Detroit Tigers on May 26th, giving up 5 hits and 3 runs in only 4.1 innings. The Giants have a record of 2-4 in Birdsong's last 6 appearances. San Francisco has certainly had its starting rotation and bullpen affected by injuries, as key arms like Kyle Harrison and Jordan Hicks are currently out. Birdsong has made just 3 starts for San Francisco this season, as he is primarily a member of the bullpen. But with other starters sidelined due to injury, the right-hander has been pressed into starting duty, which, in turn, makes the Giants' bullpen even thinner than it already was. As our first pick for this matchup, the Atlanta Braves money line is our full game side pick. Offensively, Atlanta finds itself ranked 23rd in runs scored across the league, while San Francisco sits a bit higher at 17th. When looking at recent game totals, the under has been a common theme for Atlanta. The total has finished under in 4 of Atlanta's last 5 games overall. Furthermore, 8 of the last 11 games that the Braves have played against a team from the National League West have also gone under the projected total. The under trend is even more pronounced for San Francisco. The total has finished under in a remarkable 11 of San Francisco's last 12 games. Additionally, 6 of the last 8 games that the Giants have played in front of their home crowd have also stayed under the total. San Francisco's Hayden Birdsong has been performing very sharply this season for the Giants, bringing in an impressive 2.37 earned run average. He has also found some success when facing the Braves in the past, albeit in a small sample size, limiting their current roster to a combined 2-for-1-0 at the plate in head-to-head matchups. With their bullpen, which is generally considered loaded despite recent injuries, I fully expect San Francisco to effectively limit Atlanta's offensive output in this particular contest. On the flip side, I genuinely think that Atlanta's starter, Spencer Schwellenbach, is primed for a very nice outing himself. He has been absolutely lights out in his recent starts, posting 4 quality starts in his last 5 appearances on the mound. His earned run average over that 33.1 inning sample size is a sparkling 2.16, which is indicative of his current excellent form. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.